how many hours do you have in Space Flight Simulator?
Okay, all right. Listen, nerds, stop it. Let's go. Archie, lead us to the oxygen.
What do you think I know where that is? Just because I'm a fucking robot, you think that I'm going to absolutely
You said you knew how to repair ships.
I do, but I can't smell oxygen. I'm a fucking robot, dude.
Okay.
All right, so usually these types of systems, looking at the map here, usually they'll put them in sort of like one of the corners. So I think it's probably actually going to be in like either that 9 section, or it might actually be over by like by 10. It's usually going to be kind of over sort of like in the corner by like the engines. That's like where life support usually is. So yeah.
Okay. Are there any labels on anything like directional signs, like symbols, something that would make it so we can figure out what all of these switches and corridors are for?
Everything's in a foreign language.
Here, hold on a second. I'm going to get out the little egg thing. I don't want to use my communicator for it. I'm going to try and get out my little egg thing and say, "Hey, Chekhov, wake up!" And these 2 little like blue eyes pop on the side, and it kind of like does a silent like blink, and then kind of like pops down on the ground and starts to roll around like one of those little what are those toys that you can't knock them down?
Oh, like a Weeble.
A Weeble. So it's like a Weeble Wobble. I'm going to say, "Hey, Chekhov, can you translate this language?" Which, of course, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't speak English, but if he can read it, maybe he can like interpret it for us. So we can do like, instead of having to read another language, maybe we could just interpret what he's trying to tell us.
Konnichiwa.
If I think that's a yes.
Yeah, Chekhov will start scanning. So, what is Chekhov?
Chekhov is a small. He's a droid, but he's not like our fantastic, large, very bluntly speaking friend. He's more like a helper droid. He's like a very low grade personal assistant. Okay. And he can apparently do 2 different things for me. And he's like a familiar. He can do a couple things for me. All he can do is I assume translate, and he can like scout. Okay. Is what I'm going to assume.
So he does have translate. That's like a skill of his. Okay. Does he have a level?
I'm going to assume since I'm level 1, he's level.
Okay.
He is one of my 2 expensive items that they took off me when I got arrested.
Gotcha. Did you purchase this from something that was in the Stars Are Fire?
I did.
Okay. Do you recall what it was called?
It was called a... There were a bunch of specialized ones that were way more expensive. This one is just called a... Looking for it. Haha. It is called a Auton, A-U-T-O-N. It's like an assistant. Ooh. And it's not a specialized one. It's just the regular run-of-the-mill, off-the-shelf one.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a... treat a basic Auton as a level 1 follower, which allows the Auton modifications in 1 task. Okay. Mm-hmm. So basically an Auton is a level 1 follower, so if it makes its own rolls, it's got like its own hit points and stuff. So I can consider that an asset for your own translation.
Sure, I'm down with that.
Do you have anything... let's see here. Do you have anything... Well, you've got the tools to be able to translate, right? Like you've got...
Right.
Okay. So right. If you've got the tools to be able to translate, this is going to be a difficulty 2, and Chekhov will drop that to a difficulty 1. So make me make me a difficulty 1 roll. So you're just rolling a d20.
Yep.
And you want a 3 or better.
No, that didn't work.
Just need the space in there. Oh, /R and then.
There's that /R.
We're getting closer.
All right.
You're going to the D20 subreddit.
There we go. Oh,
all right, excellent.
That was worth it.
So when you roll a 20, you basically get a major effect. So this is kind of like a critical success type thing. And what I'm going to give you is that between your translator and Chekhov working the translator, you are able to determine that the script used here is Korean. Or some type of offshoot of Korean that's happened over like 200-300 years based off the Korean that we know.
Okay.
And Chekhov pretty much has a lock on this language, so you'll be able to know exactly what these labels and stuff are. So essentially, what you know is that this particular area where like 8, 9, and 10 are, this is going to be sort of like the officer's wing.
Okay.
You know that number 7 is the airlock, and 7A is sort of like receiving. So this is where people kind of like get ready for, leaving, coming in, all that stuff.
Okay.
The rest of the ship, like all the other things of the ship, you can see the pictograms and the wording and stuff like that, is going to be off to the port. But that's what you know right now. So I'll go ahead and read the description for 7A. 4 small rooms line the aft wall of the crew receiving area. Each contains a locker and ample space for donning and doffing suits and other gear. The doorway to the starboard side is sealed, while the doorway to port leads inward.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to Chekhov and say, hey, you don't have to be with her. You're not required.
Hey, he's my friend. Don't be...
Did you purchase him?
No, I grew up with him. Like, he was my only...
Did your parents purchase him for you?
I guess technically, yes.
Well, sounds like a lot of slavery to me, frankly.
Yet.
I know.
Now you blue, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. Power to the people, You know what, Chekhov? You're cool. We'll be watching you, Astrid.
Chekhov.
Ele bisopo.
Okay, do you want me to pick you up?
Spasibo.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll just follow him.
Okay.
I by the way, I give them I think that he said it out loud, but a quick rundown of these are the officers' quarters on this side, and the rest of the ship is probably where we're going to find the stuff that needs maintenance to be able to be fixed.
Yeah. There are various and sundry things in this receiving area. Again, it just looks like little preparation lockers for people who are coming and going.
Is there anything in any of the lockers? Like, is there a slightly better survival suit or anything we can grab that might be useful?
I'm glad you've asked. Everybody roll me a D100. Because everybody's going to get their first ciphers.
All right, someone remind me what the formula is for rolling.
/R space D100.
R/, not
Sorry,
R/.
I keep doing that. All right, I won't do it anymore.
You just did it again.
All right, we will start.
Perfect. All right.
Cool. We'll start with Archie. 24. You get what is this? All right. So Archie, you get a device. It looks like a imagine like a flare gun, almost like a single-use pistol. It looks like it uses some type of sonic round. Roll a d6.
Already?
What'd you get?
2.
Okay. So 2 plus 1 is 3. You pick up, it is a subtle cipher called Disarm. One NPC within immediate range whose level is lower than the cipher level drops whatever they're holding. So it's a single-use kind of like sonic pistol that's going to vibrate whatever's in their hand out of their hand. And because you've got a level 3, anything that's like a level 2 or lower would just drop what's in their hand.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Who's next? We've got Jason with a 7. A 7 is Best Tool. So Best Tool provides an additional asset for any one task using a tool, even if that means exceeding the normal limit of 2 assets.
That sounds like a repair kit.
It does sound like a repair kit, but it is literally called Best Tool.
Oh, that's the best.
Let's see. Kofax, you've got a 92. 92 is going to be a stem. A stem eases the user's next action taken by 3 steps. So you just pop that, and the next thing you do is eased by 3 steps.
Oh, okay.
You know what this is. We're gonna what type of do you want this to be like a injectable, a sublingual, a nasal spray, an eye drop?
Oh my god!
A topical.
Oh,
an enema.
It's an injectable.
Injectable.
It is,
all right. It's psycho.
It's some juice.
Someone thought real quick.
It's psycho.
It's that kind you had to scrape the outside of the skin for like 10 minutes.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the cream.
It's the cream.
Oh my god!
It's the cream. Oh, they've got the cream here. They've got ox milk or whatever it was.
Ox milk, and then we have to roll to see if we have a reaction to it.
And then Astrid, you got something called Effort Enhancer Combat. So let's see what that does.
Well, that sounds badass.
Effort Enhancer Combat. For the next hour, the user can apply 1 free level of effort to any task, including a combat task, without spending points from a pool. The free level of effort provided by this cipher does not count towards the maximum amount of effort a character can normally apply to one task. Once this free level of effort is used, the effect of the cipher ends. So basically, you can pop this, and for the next hour, you can choose to apply effort to like a combat check, which means it'll decrease the level of it. So all of these you should be able to find these in the Cypher system SRD. But everyone has their first Cypher now.
Yay!
Congrats. Welcome to the Cypher system. You do have a door to port. It is a wide, like 10-foot, 3-meter door that's also about 3 meters tall. It is wide open, and it looks like it gives you access to like the rest of the ship.
All right, Cobb's going through.
Okay. I'm going to put you at this crossway right here. So you've got a hallway that leads to the port. Okay. If you look towards the aft of the ship, like right next to you, there is one of those double wide doors that appears to lead to the engine room, and that's thanks to Chekhov's translation. About halfway down that hallway to the port, it appears to be crew quarters. If you look at the hallway all the way to the aft, you can't really see anything. It's a long hallway. There's not any doors to like the port or starboard or anything like that. It's just kind of like a long access hallway that leads to a 90-degree turn.
I'm going to go to the engine room, I believe, that number 6.
Okay.
Cobb's going to go to the crew quarters.
All right. Who's going to the engine room?
I'll go along to the engine room also.
Okay. Sure. Jason, you on engine room? And then Cobb is just kind of doing his own thing, going to crew quarters.
He's got his lotion. He's all good.
All right.
He's got his lotion.
I mean, what else do you need in this world? Just a man with his lotion, alone,
Yep.
on a ship.
He's got his ox milk. He's good.
With the ever-looming threat of suffocation. This is... People have gone out this way. All right. So 3 of you went to the engine room. Let me see if I was industrious and actually wrote a description here. 2 massive thrust engines are housed in the ship's primary engineering wing. Both engines are suspended above servicing pits, allowing for easy access for repairs. An electrical junction box connects the 2 engines, and a wall of terminals sits on the starboard side. So someone put their no impediments card out.
I don't think I did that. That wasn't me, was I?
I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing.
None of us know what we're doing. It's awesome.
Cool.
Okay. No, me.
I didn't even notice those. Okay.
I'm going to go over the terminals and try to decipher what happened to the engines.
Okay.
I'm going to look around and see if I can see any kind of damage or ignition source. Like if there's a nest of space rats in one of these electrical lockers that maybe caused the issue in the first place.
Excellent. We're going to call this a this is a electrical. We're going to call this a difficulty 4. To be able to examine these thruster engines in this area to see if you can figure out what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use repair and computer, both skills. I think that those would make sense considering there are terminals about, and the repair skill, and to try to bump that down. Wait, okay. I can only use one skill.
Yeah, you can use one skill, and if you're trained in both, it really doesn't matter which one you select.
Yeah, one of those, and I can also do. Hang on.
Is there assist in this system?
If you are, I'm trying to remember. I think if you are trained in a skill, you can offer to lower somebody's difficulty by 1. A machine interface. For 1 minute, you gain an asset on task to discern the level, function, and activation of technological devices that you touch. That might not be relevant because I think you're going to know the function and activation of these. You're really trying to figure out what's busted on them, so I won't make you spend the 2 intellect points for that.
Right.
So I think I said this was difficulty 4, and you've got repair, which will make this difficulty 3. So you need a 9 or better.
I also have tools in my. I have general repair tools.
Okay, got it. I will say that so you're kind of getting in there, maybe using a multimeter and that type of thing to test some stuff out. Okay, I'll drop it another level. I'll make that difficulty 2.
Cool. Bam.
I can offer you some advice from my hundreds of hours in Spaceflight Simulator. It might be good advice, and it's probably not.
I'll drop it to drop it to difficulty 1 because some of those space sims, how in Among Us, there's the tasks that are you're fixing the ship.
Yeah.
I've never played a minute of Among Us, but my exchange daughter did. So that's my knowledge of Among Us. So yeah, I'll drop it difficulty 1 because he do be spitting facts. And 11, okay, you get there. So the electrical wiring on this thing is messed up. There are Astrid kind of got close when she said that it looks like maybe rats or something had gotten into this thing, because it looks like some of the insulation on the wiring has been gnawed. That sort of caused these issues where wires are sort of short-circuiting with one another. There are parts of this engine that should have pretty tight tolerances that are being jammed up with organic matter and inorganic matter. It would take some time and effort to get the engines going again. As it stands, even if you force them to kick on, you would be limping at best, right? Like they aren't going to be running at like 100% efficiency. So
after he gets diagnosed, Jason will come up and say, "Oh, don't worry though, I found the repair kit, so we can just use this." Can we just go ahead and use that best tool, Cypher?
Well, I'm going to move another clock up to your view, and this is the repair progress clock. So you can do things to repair the ship. These can be kind of nebulous, but you know a few things that are going on here. You know that the engines are jacked, the electrical's jacked, there's something wrong with life support. Progress on all these things means that you will eventually get the ship operational. As you are investigating, and I'm going to give an intrusion here to David. So, David, you're going to get 2 XP. One of them belongs to you, and the other you can give to someone else at the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to probably Jason, because he doesn't have the slave.
Okay.
Sorry, Astrid.
So you both get an XP for this because I'm intruding here. As you are doing your investigation, you're using your multi-tool, you're trying to figure out some of the wiring and stuff. You get bit.
Oh no!
And you're going to get bit for 2 damage.
Okay.
Ow!
All right. I have an armor of 2, so that's
You've got an armor of 2 or 1?
I have a Kevlar vest, my friend.
Okay, so that might affect your sleeve. So I'm going to say you take a minimum of 1 on this, because you kind of were had exposed yourself and you weren't really expecting this.
Sure.
So you take, it's a bite. It's a very irregular bite, almost like a bunch of it's jagged, like very, very jagged, almost like a bunch of pinpricks in your hand, probably about like 3 inches across on either side. So the mouth is like 3-4 inches wide, whatever it is that bit you, and these creatures skitter out from underneath the engine bay, having been disrupted.
Oh, they're so cute.
Are they? They look like roaches about the size of a medium dog.
I still say they're cute.
Okay, I'm going to do what I have in my book called a scan on them. And so effectively, I am going to learn some information about these creatures, stuff that you wouldn't be able to tell from just looking at them.
Okay.
Like I want to see what, like, okay, something bit me. What is this thing? Like, what's the, kingdom, phylum, class, genome, species?
Okay.
Or
you missed order, but I'll give you credit for knowing most of the.
Also,
oh my God!
Kingdoms are kind of
The one drawback to doing RPGs with nerds.
Kingdom, invertebrate, phylum. Okay, this is where it kind of breaks down.
I will never play a tabletop game with more nerds than I am right now.
You're not wrong.
You get the breakdown. I'm going to tell you this is a level 2 creature. It is a genetically mutated cockroach. You know that cockroaches basically will live anywhere, literally. That they are typically survival motivated. They're usually mindless because they are insects and vermin, but again, they're kind of food motivated, which means that if you did have like a a peace offering, you could probably sway them to not attack you. Alternatively, they're roaches. So you could just kind of attack them back.
Is there any way that Astrid would know that?
Yeah, these are level 2 creatures, so figuring something out about them would be difficulty 2. And if you had any relevant skills or assets or anything, you could use those.
Well, I am a fast learner. But I would probably have to learn by being
not 4 seconds fast. I'll still say difficulty 2, so you can make a roll.
All right, what am I rolling, a 20 or a?
Yep, this is going to be a D20 if you don't have any other juice.
I did it one more time. That's the last time I swear. I guess what I have to put in at work all the time. It's like muscle memory. I
can tell.
No, it's not Reddit. I swear. All right, 1, 2, 3, go there.
Okay.
All right,
you get there. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of tell the same thing. These are just oversized roaches. Mommy and Daddy would never let these in the house.
No.
This is what the Poors have in their house.
Only if they're found anywhere near us, they're not called roaches. They're called water bugs or something.
Yeah, that has an ugly connotation among the moneyed, but that they are a creature of survival. They hole up. They're hardy. They kind of eat whatever they can get their little feelers on.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out one of my ration bars and break it in half and crumble up half of it, and sort of do like a trail of breadcrumbs away from where they came out, sort of leading to the far corner.
Okay. I
didn't think past that point, but I can get them away from the equipment at least.
No, you can do that. They are insects and they're not very trusting, but I think once you leave the obvious breadcrumbs there and you kind of leave them alone for a bit, they will eventually take to that, and I think they're going to be more interested in the food than what you are doing right now. So that I think that's an effective way of taking care of that particular problem.
Yeah, I'll try and lead them to a dark corner where there's nothing electrical they can chew on for now.
And I'll, since that was a creative solution, I will give you, an XP for that.
Yay!
If it'll let me.
So did we end up kicking on the engines, or did you intrude before that happened?
No, so nothing's on. You know that there's a few things you can do. Like, I would make you do a repair check. And that would kind of get the engine sort of like in a limping. But you know that, these engines need some TLC. If you, there's on, and then there's functioning. And you could probably get them on, but do you really want to do that until you do some more repairs? Do you want to stress it out, or that's kind of the situation you're running into. To what end does turning these engines on do for you right now?
We might not want to turn them on till we actually fix the oxygen. I know you don't have to breathe, but we have to breathe. So we should probably fix the oxygen first. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, there are other engineering functions in here as well. So,
we don't have to breathe, as in me and Chekhov. We don't have to breathe.
Right.
You
and
all
Chekhov don't have to breathe. I would like to think Chekhov would be a little sad if I died, though.
You don't know what Chekhov thinks. You don't know what he thinks about it at all. You just hear him go chirp, 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 and you don't understand it. You think you do, but you don't.
I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't know. But I will say that, Chekhov didn't have to come with me. When I left home, I just left in the middle of the night, and he didn't have to come with me, and he followed me out. So
Chekhov kind of chirps.
He wants to be here.
I'm Produric.
Can we fix the electrical? Because my gamepad is kind of low on charge, and I got a stream coming up later.
Yeah. I actually, my communicator is actually powered down right now, so it doesn't kill the batteries. So
all right. I'll let you all
fix that.
Ponder on that a little bit. I'm going to go to room number 5.
Cream boy.
So this room appears to be a common area for a set of crew quarters. A workstation with a personal terminal sits in the corner. The stern door leads to the back hallway, while the bow door is sealed. 2 doors lead to the port side of the room, while another 2 doors lead to the starboard side. So all of these doors in here, and there's like a mess of doors. I'm going to move this right here. But there's like a ton of doors in here. So like there's this probably like a 10-foot by 20-foot common room that you're in right now. And there's a bunch of doors leading all directions. Okay, so you came in from the back. If you look to the front, there's a sealed door. To your left, there's 2 doors. To the right, there's 2 doors, and they all seem to be like simple sliding doors. You don't need like special access or anything. You just need to like hit a button.
Okay, but the door on the other side, it's closed.
That one looks like it's sealed. It's a more robust door. It's got like a keypad security type door going on. These doors on these other internal doors, they don't look like the secure type of door. They just kind of look like they exist.
Okay. Does it look orderly, like they made their beds, or does it look like they all left this room in a hurry?
So the beds are actually inside some of these rooms. So I know you can see beds in the map here. You've got access to this common room and like the terminals and stuff. You'd have to open up like the personal doors to be able to see inside the bedrooms and stuff.
Okay. Is there like a central table in the middle?
It's kind of against this back wall here. It's more of like a pushed up against the corner. So the room itself is not very large. Like if you put something in the middle of the room, it'd be difficult to get around. So everything's kind of tucked against the walls and the corners and stuff to sort of maximize walkable space.
Okay. Cobb's gonna knock on one of the walls, just kind of like a knock knock.
On a wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
On a door on one of the walls.
It kind of feels like a plasticil type thing. It's solid, much like an internal wall would be on a starship or anything like this. It feels sturdy. Nothing unusual. It has a predictable thud and ring to it when you rap on it.
Do I hear any sounds in response to that knocking? Like a knockback or something scuttling or any movement?
You don't have any other response. It's fairly quiet in here.
Okay. Cobb's gonna open up the door to his immediate right.
Okay, so the door to your immediate right. Okay. You open up the door. There are 3 beds in here, and upon each of them is a dead body.
Are they freshly dead looking, decomposed? Their chests burst out. Anything of note to these dead bodies?
Anything of note? The answer is yes. There is something of note for these dead bodies. So let's turn this into some checks here. What's kind of the first question you want to have answered?
Do they look freshly dead?
They look freshly dead.
They look freshly dead.
I'm going to call this I'll call this a difficulty 0. It looks like what has happened is they have some of these bodies have been put into a like a body bag type situation. Like you can tell there's a body, right? Two of them are in body bags. The last looks relatively fresh. You don't see any blood or anything like that on the third non-body bagged corpse.
But they definitely appear to me as though they're dead.
Yeah, so you know that this atmosphere is not breathable. They are not wearing any type of life support or oxygen mask or anything like that. Beyond getting closer and checking for life signs or anything, that's kind of what you can assess at your distance.
Okay, I'm going to close that door and go to the next room and open the door and look in.
Is that the one that's like right next?
Right next to you, same side of the room.
Okay. So 3 private refresher stalls line the wall of this water closet. A shower stall is installed at the back of the room. Nothing unusual here. It's a bathroom.
Okay. So then I'll move to the direct opposite door and check that room, assuming it's also a bathroom.
It says 5D.
Yeah.
Okay. This storage area is lined with stand-up and foot lockers. 4 nameplates engraved Dyson, Grace, Raquel, and Wilco are mounted on the largest lockers.
I'm going to assume that my smartphone has a camera on it. I'm going to snap photos of those nameplates.
Okay.
For future reference.
All right. I will type them in chat here real quick. So there is Dyson. There is Grace. There is Raquel. And there is Wilco.
Okay. I'm going to open Dyson's locker.
Okay. Interesting.
If I can.
Yeah, sure. So, let's see. Dyson's locker. Dyson has some spare clothing. It looks like they really like to wear white lab coats. As far as other possessions, there are a few. It looks like books, like sort of hollow books. With they appear to be very scientific, just based off of the information there. It definitely seems like they favor intellectual pursuits. They don't really have too many other personal effects in there. It looks very pragmatic as far as what they're keeping in this main foot locker.
Okay. I'm going to move on to the next room, 5B.
5B. Okay. I don't know if I've got a... Yeah. So this appears to be a private bedroom. So it's it looks like it may have been like a storage closet at one point, but they cleared it out and were able to put a bed in here. So it's private, yes. Can you touch all 4 walls simultaneously? Also, yes. So, that's kind of the situation in here. No bodies in here, though.
Okay. Is there any indication about which of the 4 this room belonged to?
No.
Okay.
The bed definitely doesn't look like it'd been slept in a while.
Okay. All right. Cobb's gonna go to the engine room and join the others.
Okay. Everybody is in the engine room. So while the cockroach situation was being checked out, and the engine was being checked out. And while the rooms were being checked out, we've now reconvened at a convenient time where, all the stuff has been completed. And now all four are here. Cobb, since you were the odd one out, would you like to relay information to folks?
Yeah, Cobb's going to walk in and be like, all right, it was a crew of 4. I've got 3 dead bodies, which means we got a missing crewman somewhere here on the ship. Obviously dead, but, there's another body somewhere. So, watch out. Don't step in anything.
Well, I've already stepped in some cockroaches, which frankly was not pleasant. Would not recommend. I'm not endorsed by cockroaches, I guess I'm trying to say. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. So this engine room, I'm going to try to punch the engine. Let's kick it on. I feel like that's the reaction that my character has. My character is trying to restart the ship. He doesn't really care about... He's trying to commandeer the ship. So I feel like he's here. He's going to start the engine. That's what he's going to do.
All right. So you try to start the ship. I am going to intrude. Without any type of repairs or anything of that nature, when you try to start the ship, you get an electrical short. That does not bode well for someone who is metal, and regretfully, some of your systems that allow you to be magnetic have inadvertently attracted some of this exposed copper wire, and you get a little bit of a jolt. So we're going to call this 2 intellect damage from a little reminder that there's some exposed wiring. You do get an experience for that, though. So.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Sure. Can I look at the wiring?
Would it be feasible? Would it be feasible for Astrid to see this happen and to try and pull him back from it before he gets too injured?
No, he's taking his XP. He can spend XP if he doesn't want it to happen.
Okay. Okay.
The wiring. Then.
Okay, so the wiring damage is pretty extensive. It's going to take some time. There will be a time commitment. There's not anything like terribly loose. It seems like whatever these critters enjoyed, it was like the insulation and not necessarily the copper. So really what needs to be done is it's not like a matter of trying to figure out the schematics of like what goes where and everything, but more like I need to insulate this wiring. So if I had like electrical tape, if I had something else that I could, like insulate this wire from, you could probably figure out all the wiring and stuff. To do a thorough job, it would take about an hour of your time. If you really wanted to half-ass it, I would call that a difficulty 3. Difficulty 2 if you wanted to half-ass it. Difficulty 4 if you wanted to do a really thorough job.
I'm going to do a thorough job, and I'm going to take that. I can probably take that down too because of repair, and then I have duct tape in my inventory.
Okay. So you've got you're trained in repair, and then you've got an asset of duct tape. So yeah, I'll drop that to difficulty 2, so you can kind of do like a thorough job. So, but that's you like getting in there, you're checking for the exposed wires, you're getting everything wrapped up and everything. So yeah, we'll call that difficulty 2. That's a 5. That is a 5. So I'll give you mixed success here. So this will take the 1 hour that we were talking about here. So you are going to tick 1 hour on your time and stuff. And if people want to split it up and do something while he does that, that's fine. But what will also happen is this should make a little bit of progress towards getting the ship operational. At least good enough to be able to, like, this plus some other repairs means that eventually you'll be able to limp this thing. Yeah, you'll probably need to do like a full like electrical rewire, like harnesses and everything eventually, but this is a good start.
Cool.
So I will also say that like along this back wall is sort of like the other engineering stuff. So, like, not only do you have your engines, but you have, like, your primary engineering suite.
Electrical.
Yeah, some of that.
I'm not the one to do it, but is it, would we be able to unlock all the locked doors on the ship from here?
You haven't really examined the locked doors that much, so, you're not entirely sure. I mean, some ships are designed like that. It's possible. You'd have to examine it a little bit more.
If you want, I can. I'm starting to get edgy. My character's starting to get edgy. Is like, I'm gonna go wander. Does anybody want to go with?
We gotta find the oxygen thingy, right? Let's
yeah.
Go find the oxygen thingy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have the guy with the repair kit come help, I guess.
Okay. We'll take.
Either way, I'm bored. We should go.
Okay. We'll take a look at one more room tonight. Then.
Oh, okay.
Then we can reconvene at our next recording session. So. I'm
so excited.
As you come out of this room, so you can kind of see this hallway that you saw earlier. You can see into. Like the airlock receiving, you can see this sort of corner where you came in. Now down this hallway, you do see several doors. You see a locked door down here at the very front of the ship, and you've got these two side doors right here. Okay.
Can Chekhov tell me what, if there's markings on these doors, what do they say?
Yep. So Chekhov will tell you that number 4 is logistics. And that number 2, all the way down to the end of the hallway, is the port cargo hold.
Okay, makes sense.
And that door next to number 4 has no label.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if the people who designed the ship were smart enough to put this stuff that includes life support systems towards the middle of the ship, or if they did something silly and put it towards the outside of the ship where it could get damaged more easily. I'm going to try and open door 2A. The door right next to number 4.
So 2A, it's hard to see in this map, but 2A is only accessible through 2. This little room right here is like it's basically it's a 5x5 closet, is what what it ends up being. But 2A,
is it locked?
No, it's accessible. It's a broom closet.
Okay, I would like to grab a broom.
I will allow it. You now have a broom.
Okay. Anything else in here useful, like chemicals? It's just cleaning supplies, right?
Essentially, like. Cleaning supplies. Space cleaning supplies, whatever that entails.
Space. Cool. Still got some Windex in there.
Well, you gotta make
Mr.
things
Clean,
look shiny.
He's Mr. Clean, and he's got like a very shiny help.
Like y'all saw Alien and Aliens, like those white interiors, they took some TLC. They'd scuff so easily. Like you gotta.
It's like living inside an Apple store.
You gotta have some magic erasers and stuff, man.
Yeah, there's like a shelf of magic erasers. It's like,
Scrub daddies and just
they've got like the faces on them.
Yeah.
That's the best. All right, I will take the broom with me.
So I will say that as you're walking down, you have to pass logistics to get down there. It's going to be hard to miss. There is a body slumped over on the console in logistics.
Oh, okay. I think we found number
Number 4. All right.
Hold on, I gotta cut my stream. I'll get demonetized. Okay, now let's go check it out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Cobb's gonna
drippy.
look at the body. Does it look freshly dead or like the other bodies?
Well, 2 of them were in body bags, so you don't really know the state of them. The one you did see looked relatively fresh, no blood, anything like that. Maybe a little bit of bloating. This one, if you can believe it, looks even fresher. So a bit more recent.
I've never seen a dead body before. How can you tell he's dead?
Cobb's gonna pull the body, like pull it off the console.
Okay.
This fall to the floor.
Yeah, we're talking about 130 pounds of dead weight. So it's your opportunity to show off if that's what you desire to do with the corpse. Otherwise, it's going to fall. Well, actually, it's going to be on a wheeled chair type deal, like an office chair. So as you pull it, it's going to pull away from the console, and then the body, which had been resting on the console, is basically just going to nosedive into the floor and ragdoll on there. So
what kind of sound does it make? Is it a thump, or is it kind of like a wet sack falling?
I'm going to say thump. I don't know if there's anything that would precipitate wet sack noises at this moment.
Okay, so it's not so degraded.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
This room, a string of terminals lines the wall of what appears to be a control station. Digital clipboards hang near the entranceway, displaying data in an unknown script. A suite of security cameras displays various internal views of the ship's 3 cargo holds.
Ooh, are the feeds still live? Are they still going?
Some of the damage to electrical is kind of localized here as well. But you know what? I wrote in this description, so we're going to do the classic thing where it's really staticky and kind of blinks in and out. So the security systems, you've got 3 views. Chekhov will be able to differentiate between what's port, what's starboard, and what's central. So for your purposes, rooms 1, rooms 2, and rooms 3. Room 1 really looks like it's mostly mechanical goods. It kind of looks like maybe some decommissioned robots, droids, that type of thing. But like all the mechanical supplies seem to be located in here. Room number 2, you see a lot of crates. Some of them have been opened and have holes in them. It appears maybe they were hauling some foodstuffs. If you look really closely, especially Jason and Astrid, you might recognize some more of those roaches in there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The central cargo, which is going to be number 3, it looks like this area has been sort of converted to like a recreation area.
Oh, cool.
So it's being less used for cargo and more for like a common space for all the crew members and stuff. So recreation, maybe let's say workout equipment, maybe video screens, like dining tables, that type of deal, like just really converted into like a larger common space.
Very cool.
The clipboards.
It's like a clubhouse on a ship.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So the clipboards are in this Korean script as well. Chekhov, we already said, is able to translate those with the help of your translator. These are cargo manifests. so you can kind of see what's in some of these spaces, but it looks like primarily they were using it for hauling cargo and stuff, and they were handling those logistics here.
Okay. From the cargo list, is there anything that would jump out as like chemicals or something that might have caused, any sort of leak or something that would have caused the eventual deaths of the crew?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily good at it, but I am going to try and see if I can figure out what killed the guy who's currently ragdolled across the floor.
Okay, let me start with cause of death, because that might be a little bit easier.
Unless I roll really badly.
He's got a giant hole in his chest.
Yeah, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with difficulty 4, which is trained people have a 50-50 chance to succeed here. So, yeah, if you were trained in, like, medical, that might be easier. So we're going to call it difficulty 4.
Nope. She's not a medic. She just kind of, like, she's mostly guessing.
Okay. So you're looking for a 12 or
she's
better.
She's seen movies.
Yeah.
And hollows and read books and stuff. I mean, she's read a lot of books.
Yeah.
She's just never seen a dead body before or touched one or knows what to do with it.
Yeah. Give me a...
Oh my God.
Wait, that's not a D20. You literally rolled 20.
Okay.
You did a math instead of a random roll.
I did. Okay. So what should I roll instead?
/R space D20. Not Reddit.
I did roll it. Do that. There.
12.
Okay. Rolling a 20 instead of a D20. Well,
you were looking for a 12.
I was looking for a 12.
You were looking for 12. Okay. Judging by the coloration of the skin...
Has he turned blue or cherry red?
Kind of blue. You're thinking, and this does appear to be a female-presenting individual. Appears to be suffocation.
Okay. All right. 100%.
Suffocation? Or...
Yeah, suffocation, no breathing.
Well, yeah, like...
What's the other term?
Asphyxiation.
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 Yeah. So we're kind of looking at asphyxiation. If you also look, she had a really bad case of raccoon eyes. Doesn't look like this person slept much at all in their last days.
Okay, we really need to fix the oxygen and the CO2.
Yeah, you can kind of see detritus and litter in this room that looks like they probably ate and drank the majority of their meals in this room. They spent a lot of time in this room during their last days.
Were they trying to... logistics, is there something they could have used logistics to try and fix something?
You
were
think
they like,
that there was...
Are they tripping balls on something and forgot to like eat and breathe? Or
Chekhov will be able to help with this. This is kind of where communications were as well.
Okay.
And then, Cobb, you had a question about this situation as well, and I forget what it was.
Oh, it was if there was anything on the manifest that chemicals or something that might have ruptured or caused some sort of dangerous items on the manifest that would jump out to me, a retired sports star.
Sure. There are one thing that's going to stand out that doesn't require a check is it does look like they were using kind of like a military grade military grade protective droid / robot for security. There's 2 of them that they had purchased that are part of their cargo. The second thing, do you have any background in like the criminal element?
No.
Or even stuff like sports betting or anything like that? Like where you
on the up and up, but kind of Pete Rosy, not that bad, but kind of like I knew it was there, I knew it was around.
All right,
smoke but didn't inhale it.
Gotcha. Make me I would call it a difficulty 2, but I'm going to make it a difficulty 1 check as you look through the other manifest. Crit. Cool. Okay. You know this because of your endorsement deals and stuff like that. You see some code words. You think that something in that cargo bay number 2, there was someone was kind of cooking the books a little bit. There was some type of contraband, and you can tell because it's using some of the verbiage that you've heard before in the industry, some other players and stuff that have spent their money on weird things. This is some exotic foodstuffs, the type of thing that should be going through quarantine, checking for bugs, checking for pests, checking for virulent strains, anything like that. But somebody has snuck aboard like some exotic foodstuffs and has tried their best to make it sound like something legit. But you've heard these slang before. You've heard this terminology before. Whatever was in bay number 2 was somebody's pet project. There's no way that would have got on board without actual quarantine procedures.
All right.
With that, we will call this session to an end. So to recap, you've worked a little bit on the engines. You have found 4 dead bodies, and you've got some information about some of the things that are in the cargo holds.